Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my new subscribers and to my old ones for your continued support. I hope everyone has had a wonderful summer so far. It's almost coming to an end. I know my kids go back to school on August the 12th, which seems really early to me, but hey. This video is going to be a review video for a L'Oreal foundation that I recently picked up. I know I haven't did many hauls and things like that, but I've been busy, doing summertime stuff, watching these kids and working on this house, which is a whole nother video because this seems like it's been the longest summer ever. But this video is about this L'Oreal Magic liquid powder, and when you put this on, it's supposed to transform from a liquid to a powder for the perfect bare skin finish. I picked this foundation up from Walgreens for around $12, and so far so good. I really like it. I've tried out so many different foundations throughout the summer just because I like to try things out. And drugstores foundations are hard. It's a hard sell for me, so I'm going to pick it apart to the best of my ability before I actually say that I like it. I'm going to wear it in the extreme heat if possible, and I never sit still, so I'm always up moving, fixing, cleaning, doing something. So I'm gonna get a workout in with these foundations on, and if it can last throughout that, then it can make my list. And with a lot of drugstore foundations, I find either the color is off or the texture is funny or it just doesn't last. But this one right here is one that was a little bit different for me. For one, the texture is very runny, and I will say I'm not going to do a comparison in this video, but it does remind me a lot of the Armani Maestro foundation. The only difference is that one leaves more of a matte finish to your skin, and this one is not such, it's not the same matte. That matte is more of a satin matte. This is more of a dewy type of look. But for oily skin, it's been working for me. My first complaint about this foundation, of course, the bottle itself is very pretty. I think it's very sleek, very nice. But the applicator, the hole in which the product comes out of, I think could have been a little bit smaller since this product is really runny. One thing is that you can always get a medicine dropper. I get them from the pharmacy for free. I just ask for a medicine dropper, and you can stick it in there and kind of get your product out so that you don't waste it. I found that to be very helpful. Like I said, I get them from the Walgreens pharmacy, and if they do sell some, they're like $1, and they're just the squeeze type medicine droppers, and you can take it, stick it in there, get your foundation out without wasting it and pouring out too much. This is what the color 332 Soft Sable looks like. Hope my lighting is okay. I'm sitting in a different spot yet again. That's what it looks like swatched out, and when I rub it in, it blends into my skin. Now, this is a product that when I first apply it, I have to wait a minute. I really have to wait before I go in and do anything else because I want to give it a chance to oxidize a little. It doesn't oxidize instantly, and I will say it almost takes an hour for it to reach its full color potential on my skin, but I let it sit for a minute before I add any concealers or something like that to it because I don't want to alter the color too much and then it comes out looking too off once it oxidizes. So I let it sit in, then I add my concealer and stuff. This gives a this has a light coverage, a light feel. With my oily skin, my oil will break through it around 4 hours, but it's not greasy looking. It's just like a nice glow to my skin. I have it on now, and it is around 3 o'clock, I believe, and this has been on since about 11 o'clock. So you can see my shine is starting to come through to where if I wanted, I could just blot it down with some powder or oil blotting sheet, or I could just keep the, summer glow. Other than that, what else can I say about this product? I really like it. It has SPF 18. It has, which is not a lot of SPF, so if you're really concerned about that, you can use an additional moisturizer that contains some SPF because it has the type of SPF that works great along with other SPFs. It just doesn't to me, it doesn't stand alone by itself as far as great protection from the sun. What I use this with is the L'Oreal Miracle Blur. And this was the little sample tube, which was $6.99. So even this little tube wasn't so cheap, but it's been lasting me a long time. I use these two together, no additional primers. The only moisturizer I use is my normal aloe vera gel. No additional primers, and I can get about 6 hours of wear out of this. I'm not even going to stretch it out to the 8. I'm going to say 6 before I start seeing the product break down. I do use powder on top of it though. I will still powder my face with the MSF because I guess it's a force of habit, and I just want to make sure I'm not going to get super oily throughout the day. So I do set it with a powder. Like I said, the coverage is light coverage. It is buildable to a medium coverage. I wouldn't suggest trying to build this up to a full coverage. It says it applies best. You have to shake it well, and it says to apply best with your fingers. I use the stippling brush from Real Techniques to apply this. Once I stipple it into my skin, then I take my hands and kind of warm the product up and blend it in the rest of the way. Let it sit for a minute. Then I go in, and if I need to conceal, I'll go in and conceal, or I will set it. I think for $12.99, this product is good for a quick, everyday, out the door type of foundation because you are getting some SPF coverage in here. It is very lightweight, and it evens out your skin tone perfectly if you fit within the color ranges, because Soft Sable is the deepest color that this came in, which is a little disappointment because I could have taken this. It could have been a tad bit more darker, especially here in the summertime. Now in the wintertime, that's going to be perfect, so I'm going to buy backups of it because I really like their foundation, and the color match will be perfect in the winter, and I probably will not have a need to set it with any additional powders either. So I'm going to buy a backup of it. As far as with the summertime go, the color is slightly off on me. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell a big color difference between my face and my neck. That's because of all the use of sunscreen on my face, and I sometimes neglect to put sunscreen right here, which is starting to show. So it doesn't matter what foundation, my face is going to look a tad bit lighter than my body, and unless I blend it all in together using foundation all down here, which I'm not going to do half of the time. So this foundation was really shocking to me. That's all I can say. It's either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it. Either you're going to love the coverage, the texture, and the feel it has on your skin, or you're going to hate that it's so runny. It's not the easiest to work with. It takes a minute for it to oxidize. It will break down within about 4 hours before you start seeing your natural oils come through. Those are the things that you might hate about it, but for me, I'm not really bothered by that, especially in the summer. I like when my natural oils start to come through. I like the fact that it's simple. I can just stipple it on, rub it in, and go. I like that it does transform to somewhat of a powder because it makes for a great base for other powder products like your eyebrow powder and stuff. It makes a great base for that. It makes a great base for your eyeshadows as well because it transforms into like a powder. So it's like putting powder on powder. You get a little extra wear out of those products. So it has a lot of likes and it has a lot of dislikes. It's a product that if you try it, either you're going to love it instantly or you're going to hate it. And so for me, I loved it. I actually loved it enough to do something I rarely do, and that's buy a backup of it. I will love it even more in the wintertime once my skin tone kind of changes a little bit. Wish it was a little shade deeper right now. Only dislike is the way the product comes out of the bottle. Other than that, it really compares to that Armani foundation. It really compares, and I love that foundation, and that even being $70 was a love it or hate it type of product. I love that foundation. I'm down to the last few drops of that, so this came in right on time. So I'm gonna give this foundation 2 thumbs up, and that's a lot because I haven't given 2 thumbs up to many things from the drugstore here lately. So thank you for watching this little all over the place review. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.